Hi there, welcome inside the world of my debut single, I Reject Reality. Come on in. So this song started here on the keyboard, and it's the second song that I've ever wrote for the piano. And I had this feeling for quite a while, this idea that I wanted to portray on the song, feeling in and out of control with myself. It's like I had the option to choose rightly, but I always just chose differently. And when I sat down on the keyboard, I really wanted to write this song and I had an intention. But I opened my notes app because sometimes I have some lines that I wrote or some verses, and there was this note that just said, I reject reality, Dawson Creed. And Dawson Creed is a show, and this was a line that some characters said, I think in the first couple of episodes, and I remember thinking that it was something, so I wrote it down.
In my movies, what's the attraction there?
I reject reality.
I feel so high. Oh.
And when I was beginning to write this song, it just made sense. This is exactly what I felt, and this is where I Reject Reality started. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the writing process. This is one of the first voice memos for I Reject Reality.
Reject your imperfections. I reject reality. Take a bump. Picture of me. Drink of me. I won't bother to protest. I reject reality. Take a big chunk of me. I won't bother to protest.
So yes, this is me saying protest instead of protest, and this is the first time that I recorded I Reject Reality in the first beginning stages. And as you can see, everything really was written at the same time. The lyrics, the melody, the chords, it was all very organic and very together. And because this is my second song ever at the piano, I didn't know the name of the chords, so I took pictures of my hands playing them, and I'm gonna read the pictures that I took and I'm gonna play a little bit, just the beginning. And here it goes. I reject reality, take a big chunk of me, I won't bother to protest. I'm being honest, I reject your imperfections, then I'm shocked you even have them. Denial is a spiral, my endless trial. So this is where everything started. The piano, my notes app, which is a fundamental and important step of my writing process, and the voice memos and the pictures. So before producing this song, I thought it'd be a good idea to have the harp in it, as it's my first song and this is my first instrument. And so the scale that I wrote this song in, it's very hard to play on the harp because I would have to be like this with the midtones all the time. And so it was a tough process, but it was very worth it, and I'm really happy that I did it. I just think it's a very good full circle moment. So when it came time to promote, I really wanted to dive into the song as it was my first release ever, and I thought that there were numerous possibilities within the universe of this song. And so I came across this idea of having a trial, and I thought it just fit really well into what the song was talking about. So I really like this idea of having a trial and the name of the song being the actual trial. And so we just started from there and filmed these short videos with all these characters and the song was the focus. And so this is a behind the scene of us filming the short form videos. So I really love this idea of having multiple personas, and they're all me, but they have this identity. They're all different from each other, and it just dives into what this song is about. All of these characters are arguing with each other, blaming each other, kind of spiraling and in denial all the time, and I wanted to explore each of them. So we should start. So the first character is the victim, and I did mood boards for all of them because I thought it would help me to dive into their worlds. She has this kind of Sofia Coppola aesthetic. She's innocent but she's not, and she romanticizes pain. I also chose adjectives for all of them to help me have a clear direction on each of them. And for her, she is innocent. She's innocent and she's distant. We'll go through life with an ignorance that doesn't belong to me, so it can hurt less than it's supposed to. So building this character, I think, was the hardest one because she's a very toned down person and she's just this deep, toned down version of who I am. All of them are pieces of who I am, and they're exaggerated pieces, and she's very important for the narrative because everything revolves around her, but also not. Then we have the victim's lawyer, and she is an humanitarian. She is quiet, but she's fearless. She's always fighting for the good in the world, and she's also a jerky character because she's quiet, but she also speaks her mind when she wants to. And my traits for her were fighter and also quiet. She only speaks when she feels like she has to. You don't break yourself with reckless precision without someone pushing you. This wasn't a mutual decision. You, Teresa, planted the seeds of destruction. You gave her the tools, the justification to fall apart. You manipulated her into believing she was the problem. So the next character is the defendant, and funny enough, I see him as a him. I think he's this frat boy. At the same time, he's this careless guy, the cool guy that walks around with a cigarette, and he doesn't mean any wrong, but he also doesn't care about the consequences to his actions. And I really see him as a guy. I don't know why. His traits are wronged and revolted. I think he's always has this view that he didn't do anything wrong. And that's literally what she said, like exactly what she said. How am I supposed to be blamed for that? It's ridiculous. So the next character is the defendant's lawyer. She's this rich boss lady. She can't step on anyone's toes. She doesn't really care about the consequences and morals. She doesn't have any morals. Her traits are hypocrite and bully. Very traumatic, very tragic, very convenient. So let me get this straight. You lie, you rewrite, and now suddenly it's rotting you. Now suddenly you regret it. That's cute, but let's not get sentimental. So the last character is the judge. She is a bonus character. She is a mix between Samantha Jones and Miranda Priestley. She is the boss lady. She couldn't care less, but also she always has the last word. And she is the funny character. I think I just love her. Her traits are assertiveness and superiority. Alright, you may take the stand unless you're planning to stay seated, in which case, let me know and I'll work with that too. I'm waiting. Yes, you can come up. Still waiting. I love writing the script. It was such a blast to dive into the song and all of these characters. I got so much closer with the meaning of the song when I was doing this, and I had a specific fun writing the evidence room. I think it was the closest that I've been to kind of reflecting to what I've been through and all of these experiences. And I had so much fun writing the soundtrack with my teacher, Luís Coutinho. And I would like for you to go back and watch all of the short form reels and listen to the soundtrack, because it's all diving into the song and it's inspired by the song, and we have these arrangements that are so good and fun, and it was such a blast to do. Finally, we have to talk about this tractor right here. I went to some random man's garage to pick up these wooden doors, and I thought I was going to pick it up, but that's another story. And then my uncle designs and built this tractor right here for me, and I'm so happy it came true, because I thought it was a terrible idea to have a green screen, and this is real and we can touch it and feel it. It's perfect. And I have so many more things that I could share with you on this journey. We have all of the objects right here, they all have a story, but I think I won't bore you with too many details. So for the music video, we had already a lot to work with in this universe, but I thought there were some pieces missing. And since they're on trial, they're always blaming each other, trying to catch each other. I thought it'd be a good metaphor to have this running track where they ultimately are competing and trying to win, but they all fail. So since they are running and it's a marathon, I thought it'd be a good idea to have dates for each of them. And they are dates, they have meaning, they are important dates that shape me. And I can't really break them down for you. I think that was the purpose. I just put the dates together and they existed in here, but I can't know what they mean now. They're eternalized, but they don't have meaning. So then finally we ended on the PR room, and I thought I needed to have society positioned on this song because it's a lot about me and my feelings, and I want to portray how the outside interfered. And I think that's the funny thing about the subject of this song, is that society could be there, but they are not interfering. I'm looking to the camera with a sense of void, and I'm just there with my own problems. And I think there's a beauty in that. To end, the Martini means control. With time, you'll know more. See you soon. Cheers. This was the idea. Good job, way! So this song started here on the keyboard. I thought it was good. Promote the song. I really wanted to dive in the song because it was my first song. Played the song 3 vezes. And superiority. Como é que eu digo isto? Superiority. And superiority. And superiority. I'm just... So then, finally, when... Espera, vai outra vez. Tá? And they all fail. This idea, since they're romanticizing like, kind of an exterior person, are hypocrite. I não sei como é que escrevo. Have this sense of. Qual é que é o sense? Ok. Acho que isto safa.